Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're looking at Human Punishment: The Beginning, this beautiful pick up and deliver game with social deduction, yes, and semi-co-op in nature. Lipstickpaddy is over the moon over this project, so let Lipstickpaddy tell you all about it. So Lipstickpaddy, are you there? Oh my goodness, peeps, it's Human Punishment: The Beginning. Oh, this is an incredible game. You are going to be mega excited about this game. Now, I first heard about a Cyberpunk pick up and deliver game where you're data running, and I'm like, ooh. And then I heard it had, oh my goodness, everyone at the table you cannot trust because everybody has a different agenda. It is like, oh, Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, when I go down and show you the genres it's picking on, hopefully it will get your blood boiling with excitement because, oh my goodness, yes! Now, gotta calm myself down. It's a 3 to 6 player game, and the factions in the game that you can be are, you can be human, you can be a machine. Oh my god, the machines. This picture on the front of the cover, this giant hand, this has been constructed by the machines. This is an objective you do not want to happen in the game because it is terrible. It will come and destroy the main thing in the game, which is the network that you're running data to. Yeah, this thing's a monster. But don't worry, if you're a human faction, you can construct your big monster, which is called the Apex machine, and they can go hand to hand on the board, which is going to be cool. 2 NPCs. Now, this giant thing here is a massive tank, and this is one of the outlaws that can come onto the board. During the game, you're going to have lots of NPC annoyances from these outlaws, and a bit of a mystery where they're coming from. But whatever the case, you've got to take them down, especially this big thing, because it's going to attack everybody in sight. So yeah, you're going to have to clean up the city. So yes, semi-co-op. Now there's a little bit about this semi-co-op. What does it mean? Because some people don't like the concept of semi-co-op. Well, you're all doing your own little thing. I've mentioned the humans. They're trying to protect the network by running data to it. The machines are trying to contaminate the network by running bad data into it. There's the Legion faction. They're trying to just cause as much chaos as possible. They either want to lower security to the maximum low end of it, or maximize the threat so it's so high that chaos ensues in the city. One way or another, they're all about chaos, and then you might get a fallen faction, a little bit unpredictable on the board too, which is going to be nice. Now, the semi-co-op, as I'm talking about here, you're all going to have to deal with events that are happening in the game. These events are going to come up after every player's turn, and you are going to be putting down cards to reflect what's going to happen in these events. And during these card events, you're going to be watching what everybody's doing, because you want to know who's voting that way and who's voting this way. So right from the get-go, you're going to be really looking at everybody and seeing what they're doing. The high interaction here. Now, the take that aspect of the game is very low. It's around about 95% of the cards are not take that. So yeah, don't be too concerned about take that. It's very small in the game. And you can see it's a bit of a meaty 2 to 3 hour game, especially if you've got 6 people playing. If you've got 6 people playing, by the way, you'll have more humans than the other factions, but during the game, the humans can be recruited. They can be turned into a machine or a fallen. Well, if we reach 1,000 backers, They've completely obliterated this goal. Oh my god. And what a fantastic thing to unlock for everybody. Acrylic standees. Goodbye retail standees. Acrylic. This is what we expect on Kickstarter. And wow, look at this. Fantastic. Alright, so that's something really to get excited about. We're on the €1 pledge, of course. This is a beautiful 31-day campaign. 31 campaign? 30-day campaign? 30-day campaign. And it's going to have some amazing unlocks, hopefully, when we go down the page to have a look at. So yeah, humanity is nearing its end. Yes. Let's have a look at the board. You can't see the full board here. It does take quite a lot of presence on the board. To the far right there, you just be knocked off the circles there. That is the network you're trying to be running from there. If you look to the far left, we've got sectors 1, 2, and 3. That's where you're getting your data from. And areas on the board include places to get information, medical centers for healing. There's junkyard to get rid of chips that you don't want. For example, if you're human and you pick up a contamination, some contamination chips, you're going to have to throw them into the junkyard. And there's you can even put someone in isolation. I'll talk about that later. Notice this character here has also a dog character. That's fairly cool. And the dog himself can hold a chip. The actual character boards are absolutely fantastic. As we go down the page, we'll talk about them too. But the table presence is wonderful. It has this kind of neon-esque cyberpunk look to it, with really great art on the characters. There's been a couple of the playthroughs were saying, oh my god, it's too big on the table. Just get a bigger table. This is what Kickstarter does. We get these massive games. Just get yourself a bigger table. Or get some kind of extension table that you put out. Because it might have to be done. Right. I love big playboards. Are you kidding me? Make them smaller. No chance, mate. Keep it as big. Have you seen why people are buying playmats 30% bigger? Because they've got big tables. Anyhow, total cyberpunk theme. Yeah, it does have a really good table presence. I like it, and we can see these retail-esque standees in the picture. We can also see these badges here. These badges are going to be given out, and they will allow these people to kind of make a decision if an event is tied. And sometimes an event will come out where the actual person with the badge has to make a decision. And if you are, for example, the machine, and that decision is clearly going to show you're the machine, you might absolutely have to do something against your cause to keep the suspicion off you. So the tension in this game is going to be mega high. Really is going to be high, and you're going to be doing little sneaky things all around. And if you become this secret, like the Unfallen, there's like a fallen character. Only one of these, even in a 6-player game, the Fallen. The super unpredictability of them. They are super sneaky. So lots to love in this game. And all the player cards, all the player sheets here, by the way, every character here can be a machine. Every one of them can be Legion or human. It all depends what your secret card that you're given makes you. Alright, now he's getting lots of love from the community. We've been blessed with loads of playthrough videos coming in, so we have more knowledge on the campaign, which is fantastic. There's a great picture here of Apex. This is the machine the humans are trying to make to stop Deus, so which could be an inevitable thing from the machine's making. Just go back up to the board. So you're basically picking up the chips from the left, you're running them across the board to the right. Enemies are going to pop up along the way though, and are going to attack you on sight, which are going to slow you down. So there is going to be combat. Combat is card based, and there's a little bit of dice rolling just to see certain... Is this dice roll? My brain explosion! Yeah, there's a dice roll to decide where the enemies are going on the board. There you go. I know there's dice in here for something. So yeah, basically the big massive Deus, he's going to get spawned from, I think he's going to be coming from the Nexus, I think, and he's going to be rolling, or is the Nexus the Apex? Completely confused here. He's going to be rolling, basically the machine's going to go all the way to the network and just destroy it, so you need to get your Apex out for that. There's actually a tracker for that as well. We can see it up here at the top right. There is a kind of a lot on the table. Indeed there is. Now, an interesting €55 pledge. This is not bad. You are getting all the exclusive content and stretch goals. So this is really good. Now, if you do want to upgrade to chips though, it is a fairly expensive €35. That's really expensive. What's that in dollars? We're talking lots of dollars for. You know, but if you do go try and buy poker chips, they're really expensive, and when you put pictures on them, more expensive too. And these chips have their own different colors, so they're super deluxe and they are lovely. Nice photo here of what can happen to your character. Yeah, if everyone's suspicious, they can stick you in isolation. But I wouldn't be worried too much if you go in here, because it is fairly expensive to put people in contamination. What's it called? What are they putting them in? It's like in jail, isn't it? You kind of getting stopped. It's on the board, the bottom right of it, which we can't see here because the board's too big for the picture. Containment. It's containment. Editors pointing something up at me. Yeah, it's fairly expensive to put someone in containment. It does take them out of the game though, but it can be easy to get out with a little bit of risk or some kind of, you know, you can pay yourself out basically, but it can slow that person down, and it might need a coordinated team to put you in there as well. So it might only happen once or something like this. There's this kind of aspect that at least you could put someone in prison to slow them down, especially if you know the machine and the Deus is going to be constructed. You really need to get him in here as much as possible if you can afford it. Anyhow, yeah, these are the player boards. Absolutely great. They have their own little tech tree. The asymmetry of each character as well. Some of the characters can run faster. Some of them are better in combat, and there's a fantastic asymmetrical setup to it. And when you're doing stuff on the board, you'll get experience then that you can upgrade your character. There's basically 4 skill routes you can take with 2 levels to each one, which is nice. And the second one here, you can see the different chips. So when you put the chips in the firewall, it's kind of secret. And you can get information from the board which allows you to flip it over. So you've got to kind of memorize when someone put one on there maybe, or flip it when someone puts there. Obviously if you're humans, you want the blue chips to go there, and if you're the machine, you want those bloody virus chips. Yes. And each of these sectors, by the way, is rolling so fast. Slow your GIFs down. Sectors 1, 2 and 3, they have like a certain number of blue and red chips. So if you are a human, you're going to go to sector, at the top, sector 1, because there's more blue there. And the machine should be going there also, because if he goes to the other ones, it's very suspicious to go to the other sector. Although there is actions in each section that you can activate to do stuff in the game. So potentially they might be going to that sector for an action. Anyway. Yeah, so these enemies are going to pop out on the dice roll. The enemies can be fairly tough as well, and different levels of how strong they are. The actual city itself, though, it does have a rioting scale, a morale scale, resources here, and security. Yeah, the machine also wants to get rid of your resources too. You'll see if your resources come too low, the machine wins. If your morale gets too low, machine wins. If security gets too low, the outlaw, Legion, will win. The outlaw victory. Who is this outlaw? Completely mysterious character. The outlaws. So this is like what's going to happen in events coming out, where you're going to need, it says here like plus 13. Something good will happen or something bad will happen. Maybe the bad will be good for the machine, for example. And each player has to put in certain cards. Sometimes they don't have to put a card in, that's suspicious. But when they put cards in, you don't know what they're putting in. That then gets shuffled, then it gets unfolded, and then who put the red in? Who put that in? So you can be like pointing the finger at the result coming out, especially if it swings it. Notice also, on the vote though, 2 extra cards are coming from the resource deck. So potentially the reds have come from the resource deck. That can be your defense. No, no, no! Those 2 high reds came from the resource deck! Maybe. You're under my suspicion now. Right, so here's like the secret setup. You don't know who you're going to be. We've got human, machine, legion, fallen. Yes, the fallen. A bit like, what they called? What's that political movement going on in the USA, and they keep destroying things? We don't like Trump. We don't like Biden. We're just going to destroy your city. The fallen. Yes, secret information. There's going to be certain times in the game as well where everybody they'd be told to close their eyes, and the Legion opens their eyes, you see, and maybe converts somebody over to them, or the machine does it too. So, going to be interesting when that happens during the game. Now, rulebooks there for you to check out, although the playthroughs are decent enough. First impressions. Yes, it is very ambitious, but the fact that you've got pick up and deliver with the that threat all around you, eyes watching what you're doing, certainly heightens the tension. I think it looks fantastic. So yeah, do check out the videos. We can see the big board now. Isolation Cube is the place, the bottom right of the board. All right. Your command center here, the blue and red bars, that is for the big machines, Apex and Deus. And this is where your enemies are coming from. You're going to be rolling the die. If you get a 1 on it, you're going to pull the tank out, that big, massive thing. But if you get high on the dice, you're not going to spawn anything. So that's hopefully what you're going to get. Player aids, certainly going to be needed, because the board is a little bit complex. But the teach isn't that hard, and usually the board's usually understood after the first round. And I would say it's got a medium complexity. It's certainly not a gateway game. 6 player boards with the dog companion. That's looking great. You can see you can hold chips. Nova here can hold 2 chips. You can also run faster. And you've got slots here for picking stuff up, obviously. Nice cubes, loads of resource cards. You get your own deck with your character class, and you're going to get a deck of cards also that you're going to be gaining during the game. Loads of event decks. Notice the event decks are getting stronger as you go through the game. So you get through your tier 1s, you go up to your 2s and your 3s. I love the fact that it does this, and hopefully we'll get more events coming out. Really cool stuff coming on here. Look at the interrogation cards. I love this. Look, it looks like you're inside. You've been locked up, dude, and we're now going to interrogate you. Love it. Right, so loads of cards here, looking all great. These are the big badges for the special forces there that are going to get to vote on stuff. Do like this. And Scanner's going to help you look to see what people are putting down in the network. I think if I request something from this Kickstarter, the Deus and the Apex, I wish they had a mini that came out, like a big mini, or even a big standee, because it'll look epic when these big machines come out. Especially the tank enemy, like the biggest enemy that can come on the board as well. That would be great as a mini. Anyway, you can see here these are stuff you can attach to your character board, different kinds of weapons. I love the sci-fi laser in here. Interesting. We've got traps as well, looking great. And potentially you can stab yourself with some stims and get yourself ready. Is looking very good indeed. Alright, so these are all the chips that are coming and the enemies on the chips. You'll notice that these are also leveling up with the decks as well, by the way. I don't know if you can get a level 3 coming out at the beginning. That'd be fairly too tough, maybe. I don't know. These are the mechs that are coming out. They're really big, though. They're big! They're big. They're really big. Mini! We want a mini! And these are the dice. So, yeah. I wish the dice got a little bit upgraded. The plastic tray is only there for demonstration, but it's good to see. And hopefully the tray can store your sleeved cards. I hope that is a thing. These are the poker chips. They are looking lovely and certainly weighty. Look at this. And a couple of the playthroughs have got these chips, and they do talk about how they would really go for this pledge because they're so good. And I have said it in the past, I don't like chips because they kind of reduce the art, but here the chips are just going on the board and they're for you to destroy. They're not basically a big part of the game. So yeah, I'm no problem with these coming out on the board. All right. Now the chips are going to be exclusive to Kickstarter, and maybe there's going to be some Kickstarter exclusive stretch goals. We just don't know. Now the stretch goals is a bit of a mystery. They're probably going to wait until after day one because it has exploded. And we have had an unlock on day one anyway with the acrylic standees. So come back tomorrow to see what this is. We'll certainly be coming back for our final thoughts just to see how it envelops and develops and evolves before the end of the campaign. It is a bit of a long one at that, so yeah. Now I love this, 50 backers from each country and they'll localize it. This is really great. On some Kickstarters they have this quite high. 50 is probably the lowest I've seen, so that's very good to see. Now they do have some social goals, which I highly recommend if you're backing it to get on this, and hopefully we can unlock them too. I do like the social aspect, and I do like this picture, the social, the cybertech future, and everybody's rocking with these cool coats. This is basically the fall. Is it a group of the fallen? They've all going to launch their attack on the city. Oh, what's this going on here then? Stretch goals question mark come down here and we can see some. Oh. Your playboard getting thicker, new weapons coming out, yes. UV spot on the box, lovely. More events, yes. We want the content to increase. This is what we like from stretch goals. Leading finish on the tokens, lovely. And more objectives. Each person will have a secret objective they have to do too, on top of everything else. So good. And more to come. So this is actually going bottom upwards. So the thing unlocked next is the board. Right, okay. Always confuses me when they go bottom upwards. But yeah, we'll certainly keep an eye on this. We'll tell you what we think as we go through, because if it does get up there to 250,000, hopefully the 250,000 is a good landmark for something juicy. 500,000 minis. If you're back in this game, get into the comments. We want a mini for the Deus and the Apex. We want it to look scary when it comes out on the board. Yes, so it's deduction then with 3 players. You need 3. You definitely do need 3. Totally asymmetrical. 4. You know, you're going to have 2 humans in it, so don't worry about that. The factions. It says 4 factions are playable. This is this mysterious group of the outlaws. Yeah. Yeah, totally high replayability. Absolutely, with all the things that are happening. You can play the same character with the different factions associated with them. You've got different goals that you're trying to do every time, secret objectives that you're trying to do. And you can combine this with Social Deduction 2.0, which is the other game that they have. But I've not seen that being done. It'd be interesting if they can do a video mixing this in, just to show you how that campaign would work. Alright. Super cool picture here, isn't it? Who the heck is he? Are you going to be human? Are you going to be machine? Are you going to go Legion of the Chaos Party? The Fallen. The Outlaw. Look, these are the enemies. A non-playable faction. Yes, the Outlaws. What the heck? Who are them? Who controls them? Mystery. Yeah, 2 people are going to get the 2 badges to vote. That's going to be nice as well. Yeah. So yeah, do check out the videos to find out more. Some great playthroughs. There's an interesting playthrough from Game Talk with Tori, who's a new YouTuber. Very good video from her. Do check her out. I'll give her a shout out. And all your favourites will be in there probably too. So choose your poison. Dun, 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 dun. Look at all these videos, of course. It's super, super cool. Why? You're going to get the best price. It's going to be exclusives on the Kickstarter. You're going to get it first. You're going to get deluxe components, and you're going to be upgrading your game through stretch goals. Lovely. Check these suits out. Down at the scrapyard. Get on the social media to, of course, unlock the socials. Get on Kicktrack to raise it up the charts. Do your best to get this game promoted and all that jazz. Shipping, look at the shipping prices. Absolutely great. Probably at the lowest we've seen, which is lovely jubbly. And all that good stuff.
Where are you being?
Here's the team from Germany. Done a stellar job. Very, very exciting. And there we are. So, let's jump up to the top. A semi-co-op pick-up and deliver game with deduction. Oh my god, this is my cup of tea. Yes, it is. I'll have 2 extra sugars and extra milk, please. Yes! How can you not get excited about human punishment at the beginning? All we need is minis for the big mechs. Yes, indeed. Do we recommend it? Of course we do. We're so excited about this game. It is going to destroy all other social deduction games because of the pick up and deliver mechanic and the whole cyberpunk aspect of the game. We love it. The fact that each character has their own little tech tree and your data running around with suspicion all around you. It looks phenomenal. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You've been listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.